welcome to this conversation. Thank you so much for joining us and joining us and agreeing to share your experience of apprenticeships at Lotus Herbal.
Thank you so much for inviting me, Sumit. Pleasure is all.
Great. So again, can I say that you are possibly the first one to get started in your space with the apprenticeships?
I cannot comment that we were the first one, but yes, for sure, we were there along, probably there were some others too. So we were definitely in the list of first movers to start a program with our teams that we have on board today.
Great. Exactly 3 years, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, exactly 3 years, Diwali time again. And yes, we started 3 years back, close to Diwali period, yes.
So then how it has been the last 3 years on apprenticeship?
It has been a journey which had both ups and downs. Of course, the challenging times were there too. When we started onboarding these people on the apprenticeship program, which we had, of course, and with the government portals on place and putting across the documentation part as per the requirements and as per the timelines which we were abide by. So it was a challenging journey at that point of time, but now with passage of time and the kind of team camaraderie that we have shared along with the members across the different zones, we have been in a very comfortable position now.
Fantastic. But what prompted you as an organization to get started with apprenticeships? What did you see in apprenticeship?
Well, Sumit, honestly speaking, we realized that we have a very big channel, the beauty BA channel that we have. I'm pumping right now. Okay.
It's okay. Repeatedly edit it.
Okay. Sure. The beauty advisor channel that we have, it's a huge channel for the company and it's a highly invested channel. However, we did not know at that point of time how to, encourage them and give them the career map ahead and give them the motivation to stay with the organization, because at that level, we all understand in retail industry how it moves. The attritions are pretty high. People really move very fast from one organization to another organization. And since they work in similar industries too. So, it was a very challenging task for us to ensure that our trained people retain back with the organization. And at that point of time, team leads happened to, come up and propose this solution to me, wherein I saw that there is an opportunity to engage with the teams at a level wherein I can, hold them up for a longer duration of time with us. At the same time, give them some genuine benefits under the government policies that have been promoted, be it regular training interventions, be it educational assistance going forward, or be it, the salary slabs that need to be maintained by the organizations in order to meet the compliance requirements. Also, it had certain benefits with regards to health and wellness, also with, workmen compensation funds and etc., which gave us a very formatted structure to introduce this particular channel in the organization for one of our biggest teams.
Okay. So 3 years, I think a great initiative by your organization to do apprenticeship. So how are you executing it? What are the steps you have taken? You mentioned that you're doing it for the beauty advisors. So what's the process? What kind of a training? What's the duration? Could you please throw light on that?
See, as a process where we begin, we have the internal resource channel that helps us identify the right set of candidates, of course. And we put them under the apprenticeship program so that, they are trained as per the modules which are being designed. We follow the guidelines being given by the government with regards to their minimum educational qualification. Basis that only the hirings happen for apprenticeship program. And then, of course, documentation part happen. The teams take them up on board, put it across the portals and all, and we get their confirmation IDs, And apart from that, I'm sorry, I'm missing on the second part of the question that you asked me.
What's the duration and the processes that you follow?
So we have kept 36 months, which is our tenure for apprenticeship program, post which we basis their performance so far. This is duration with us, and also with regards to their educational qualification, if they have shown interest in uplifting that under the apprenticeship program. If the performance is good, they meet the education requirement that we want to seek in the on-roll employee, then we absorb them too in the system, because the company is growing, teams are growing, and we need talent, trained talent, I would say, and that is how we retain them in the system.
So, which means that typically you would have ended up with one cycle completed in 3 years, since you have a 3-year duration?
Yes, we have in fact.
Great.
So we have absorbed around 100 people within the system under the apprenticeship program.
Great. And that would be, that would account to how much percentage would that be of the
I say around 10%.
Sorry?
As of now, it is 10%.
10%. No, that's a good number.
Yeah, it's a decent number to begin with.
Yeah. Yeah. But tell me, when you say that you have a process of executing apprenticeship, how are you measuring the performance or the progress that these apprentices are making in the journey of their training? What are the parameters that you use to assess the progress?
So, Sumit, we have an internal assessment system wherein on quarterly basis, the teams, internal teams which handle this particular channel, their supervisors and their super bosses, they have an internal assessment tool under which all the associates are to be measured under the criteria, since these are beauty advisors. So there are certain criteria with regards to customer handling, customer communication, the total calls versus productive calls, since they are advising on certain product lines of ours, and multiple others are there, which are there in the assessment format. Each apprentice is basically assessed under those criteria on a quarterly basis, post which an assessment report is being created, and basis which their training gaps and needs are being identified, and they undergo the improvement program as well whenever required. And they're constantly being trained with regards to the areas wherein they need improvement. Okay. So the scoring system, I would say.
Okay. You mentioned that the journey has seen the ups and the lows, and of course you did have certain teething problem which you overcame. But what are the other challenges, or did you face any other challenge in terms of acceptability from the businesses as an organization, the whole culture of apprenticeship? Was there any challenges that you face in initially or even now in getting started with apprenticeship?
Surprisingly, no. No challenge being faced by the management or by the apprentice themselves, because they were really happy to be on board on such a platform which gave them things on a very consistent pace. Otherwise this industry, I would say that it had a very unstructured format to it, and there was of clarity. Now these people, they know what is their career map ahead, what are their remunerations during this process, what are their rights. So they're more aware about it, and I feel that we have empowered them to be more aware with the help of this tool.
Okay. Now, you said about 10% of the people you are absorbing. Are there any dropouts which are happening? Because we've seen that apprenticeship does have some bit of dropouts as well. So do you face any dropouts issues in apprenticeship?
See, dropouts are something which we really cannot, get away with. It happens, they do happen, and there could be multiple reasons for it. Maybe monetary reasons, maybe the hierarchical position reasons, or maybe they're so well trained that they are the most seeked around talent.
That's right.
So they get such offers which are hard to say no to, and then we also let them of course go off, because we also want good for their careers ahead, and if they're getting some very good opportunities, we are happy to let them go off.
But is it not a concern for you?
It is, of course, because we invest in a lot of time and a lot of energies go into training them, of course. So it is a matter of concern. But again, the dropout percentages have gone down only, I would say, during this.
What would that be, if I may ask?
See, earlier, I would not want to even mention, it was in double figures, of course, and that was also very, very high, because in this particular channel, we faced very high attrition percentages. But over the period of these 3 years, we have got it down by 10%.
Okay.
Which is a very big achievement for us, I would say. But yes, the percentages are still high, but we're okay. We are as per industry standards, we're keeping in a healthy number with us.
So what did you do to control this attrition? What are the measures that you took?
I think constant communication with the team, like I said, that communication was one such factor which was the missing link in between us and the teams down the line who were in the marketplaces otherwise. This channel has brought in a platform wherein we are able to communicate with them more frequently, because we have to give certain inputs to the government too. And herein we are responsible for their apprenticeship period as well. So it becomes our sole responsibility to ensure that, under the quarterly needs assessment cycles and all, we talk to them, we understand what are their concerns. So I think that has given them this empathetic outlook that the organization is there for us and they listen to our problems. They have also seen growth of some of the people within their team itself, that they have been absorbed by the organization, so we also have a fair chance to lead up to that particular position. And that setting of examples, I think, has helped in curtailing down the number of attrition percentages.
How are they performing? Would you want to comment on their productivity?
Productivity is a byproduct of having good candidates on board. So with the help of this particular tool, we have created a very good name in the industry, in the market for ourselves, that we take good care of our people. So because medically, they cover like compensation fund and all, and it's a very transparent platform, and it gives opportunity for next level growth as well. So with the help of such benefits attached to the apprenticeship program, we are able to hire the right resources also for us, train them in the right direction. So people become productive from, if I would not say first day of their joining with us, but within the first month of their joining, which earlier used to take longer hours, longer time, sorry, because education minimum, like if I say matriculate education is required. Earlier that was not a mandate for us to have BAs on board with us. But now, since they have the basic level of education, their understanding and grasping powers are also much higher than what we had earlier. And their retention power is also much higher. They get well trained, and the training material is well absorbed by them, which they reciprocate in their performances also. So yes, it has been very, very helpful in increasing the productivity too.
So is it be okay for me to say that now apprenticeship is part of your hiring strategy and talent development strategy?
Yes, absolutely okay to say that. That is how we have been continuing with it, and we definitely plan to continue going forward too.
Yeah, if you were to cite the benefits of apprenticeship, and if you were to cite the qualitative and the quantitative benefits, what would these be?
Okay. Qualitative benefits would be better hiring of team. Apart from that, you become engaged with them for encouraging them to move to next levels too, because the teams are so well connected with each other, and they feel responsible for them to move up to the ladder. It's also a kind of self-satisfying notion to understand that we are giving them a platform wherein people from not that privileged segment of the society maybe through us, through our platform, are getting this benefit of moving into getting those educational benefits which otherwise they were not able to support to. So those are the qualitative areas, I would say. And quantitatively, like I said, that yes, controlled attrition percentages, increase in ROI basis, increase in productivity, and very good customer satisfaction or employee satisfaction scores.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Any specific episode or experience that you can mention or highlight which these apprentices have put a mark on your memory? Any exemplary performances or any episode like that?
It's a long journey of 3 years. Multiple such cases must have definitely come forward. But not a very happy occasion though, but something, which was a very important event in this duration. That, somebody needed some medical assistance, and they belonged to a very, vulnerable background, and they didn't have those means. They reached out to us, and with the help of this particular program, because they were under certain coverages of benefits. So they were being supported, and the kind of response that we received from the family and that particular person in particular, it was heartwarming, and it felt that, you know, as an organization, you are able to do something for the society in a way. And apart from that, yes, onboarding, during the onboarding time, like I said, that when we started up the process of having people on this apprenticeship program, it was the time of Diwali, and when we were putting them up on the portals, you know, it took us some time to have the platform done right, and, you know, process in their salaries and all for that particular month.
Stipends, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, however, it was Diwali period, and everybody was expecting ki Diwali se pehle we will be getting our salaries and all of that stuff. But yeah, for few of the zones, it was very challenging because of the geographical limitations that they had in getting the documentation part done. So that was very difficult case for us to handle that particular set of people. However, when after you know, prolonged delayment in their salary processings and all, when they finally got their salaries, they somehow lost the faith that, you know, company is not going to give us the salaries and all, and we are not going to be paid for the last month's time and all of that stuff. And when finally, when they got the message that, you know, your so and so account is being credited with so and so amount, it gave them that happiness that, okay, we are still a part of the company, and now we're getting all of this information through messages. So that means, you know, we are there on some platform with the company, and they recognize us at individual level. Then we receive those thankful messages that thanking you, and, you know, we really are apologetic for our behavior and all of that stuff. We never would be, you know, going ahead in this way, that we will not have faith on the organization and all. So we created a lot of you know, that period was very difficult, but at the end, all's well that ends well, like it is said. We, I think, felt that thing happening to us too.
But what about any special or exemplary performance that an apprentices would have made at workplace? Any such example would you want to mention?
So one example I can show you, or I can give you. These beauty advisors, their major job is sales promotions. Right? They are being trained to deal with day-to-day customer handling, and, you know, promoting and advising about the product line that we have, and we keep on adding lots of products to our kitty. So I tell you of one of those apprentices, and they are all available on WhatsApp groups with us. So, you know, one fine day, this one apprentice, she sent across a picture of the total billing that she was able to do, and that was immediately after her first quarterly assessment and feedback session done. And after that, when she went back and, you know, in the market with full enthusiasm and you know, high spirits. So the first billing that she got done, that bill picture she shared with us, and it amounted to 25,000 rupees, 25,000 XY some figures. It was a single bill. I do not know who was the buyer, but it was, you know, very good to see that kind of figures on the invoice which she got generated from this particular person. And she was so thankful to her supervisor and seniors that, you know, because of your trainings, I have been able to, you know, get such kind of invoicing done. And we totally, you know, got back to her that, no, it is your hard work, and you have paid attention to your training programs, and it is your will to move ahead in life. That is what is making you all of this. So they understand what is cross promotion, what is upselling, what is cross selling, you know, adding on more kitty, products to the kitty. They understand all of these things, which they had no idea about earlier. So this particular example I remember.
Fantastic. So I think it really comes out that through apprenticeship, you know, you get a formal structured way of training, a formal mechanism of giving feedback for the improvement, which helps in their productivity, and also which reflects in their performance, and that's how they gain confidence and do well in their lives.
Yeah. See, because also, you know, the team is also to abide by the process. It's a huge team. Getting back to check with them that whether the trainings are being completed or not is very difficult on a day-to-day basis. But now when we know that we are answerable to a government platform, and, you know, there could be audits happening, we need to have all things in place. It becomes our, you know, prima facie most important responsibility to ensure that everything goes by the process. Because if that doesn't happen, probably we might not be able to get ourselves renewed for the next cycle. So that way it is very, very helpful. It pushes the managers also, supervisors also, to ensure that everything goes as per the scheduled plan.
Great, great. So, would you recommend apprenticeship to your peers?
Of course, I would recommend. I have been always, at this entire discussion, I've been only talking positive about the program and how it has helped us. And if more people want to get benefited out of this program, it certainly is a very helpful tool. Yeah, I would definitely recommend that.
Great. Thank you so much, Neha. It was wonderful having this conversation with you. I'm sure there are many, many organizations in the space who are going to get inspired and motivated to adopt apprenticeship after hearing your story. Yeah, thank you so much once.
Thank you, Suman. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to share the goodness of having an apprenticeship program on board.